live alone. The only time you'll see more than one sun bear in the same place is if they're taking care of their cubs, if they are mating, or if they're fighting over territory. So if you guys see this bear and you feel like, oh, she's really lonely, we should have another one. No, they prefer to live alone. The second reason of why I say we're really lucky to see one is because of their size. They are really, really small. Of all the 8 extant species of bear, the polar bear is the biggest, followed by the grizzly, and right at the bottom of the list is the sun bear. They only grow up to about 160 cm in height, only about 65 kilos in weight, so they're about the same size as the average human female. So if you have an animal that is small, that is shy, is solitary, if you have an animal that is small, shy and solitary, it's quite rare to be able to see one out and about like this. There's a couple of things that make the sun bear really unique. The first thing is, like I mentioned, they may be the smallest species of bear, but they do have one body part that is bigger than any other bears, and that is their tongues. Their tongues can grow up to be about 30 cm in length, which is about a foot long. This helps them to get grubs and insects and bugs out of logs and trees and things like that. The other thing that's unique about them is, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can kind of see from here that she has a yellowy orangey pattern on her chest. Our girl here is a little bit older in age, so it's a bit dull grayish brown, but when they're young it's a bright vivid yellowy orange, and this pattern kind of resembles the rising sun. That's why sun bear. So that's actually where they get their names from. Each bear has a slightly different pattern, so it's as unique to them as our fingerprints are to us. Okay, the sun bear has quite an array of impressive attributes, especially physical ones. The first thing is this bear is incredibly strong. She's really, really strong. If you take me, for example, I'm noticeably taller, bigger and heavier than a sun bear. But if I were to engage with one in a battle of tug of war or arm wrestling competition, I have no chance of winning. No way. This bear would easily overpower me. They are much, much stronger than they look. They are also exceptionally good climbers. They have all the evolutionary traits of being a good climber. They have flattened chests. Their front limbs are inward facing. Their claws are about 10 cm long, so that would be like if each of your fingernails were as long as an ice cream stick. So all of these things help them to climb. In fact, if you ever get to see a sun bear out in the wild, most likely not in person, but probably online or on TV, you will notice that these bears spend a lot of their time high up in the trees. In fact, this bear will build their nest up in the trees and they'll sleep there during the night. They only come down to the ground really to forage, to hunt for food. So these are all impressive physical attributes that the sun bear, oh I forgot one. This animal has a really, really good sense of smell. It's estimated their sense of smell is about 2,000 times as strong as ours. It's theorized that the animal can detect what fruit is in season simply by sniffing the air of the forest that they live in. Right, so these are all really cool, impressive physical attributes, but it's also worth mentioning their intelligence. So people like zoologists and animal behavioral specialists have determined that the sun bear's intelligence is equivalent to that of a dog's or an ape's, which is about pretty much as smart as an animal can get. So that means you have brain, you have brawn, and as you can see, you also have beauty. So it's just a really, really special, very unique, very special, really cool species of bear. In case you guys are wondering what they eat, they are omnivorous, which means they eat both animal and plant matter. The plant matter would comprise obviously of fruits and vegetables and things like this. The animal matter is mostly made of insects, not just the adult insects but the larvae stage as well. And from time to time this bear does hunt things like deer and birds, although this is not common. It doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen from time to time. So they eat a wide variety of things, but if you are wondering what their favorite food item is, that is without doubt honey. These bears love honey, anything sweet but especially honey. If they were to encounter a beehive out in the wild, they will not hesitate to rip it open. They eat all the honey, they'll eat whatever bees that are inside, just for the little extra bit of protein. The bee stings will not affect them due to their thick fur and their thick skin. Alright guys, so all the information I've provided so far has been fun, it's been interesting, it's been cool. But if you don't mind, I'd like to change the tone of this talk to something that's a bit more serious. This bear is currently listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List, which means that they are a threatened species. It's estimated that there's only about 1,000 or so left in the wild. This is mainly due to habitat loss, but also poaching and animal trade and pet trade and things like this. But there is hope. In fact, all you guys are helping. The fact that you're here right now, you're already kind of doing a little bit to help. That's because every cent you spend here in Mandai, not just on the tickets, but any food or drink that you buy or any souvenirs that you get from the store, from the gift shop, Mandai will set aside a percentage of this revenue and donate them to quite a wide variety of wildlife projects that aim to help quite a wide variety of animal species out in the wild. If you're interested in helping this particular species, the sun bear, you can look up this organization called Free the Bear. Free the Bear. So this is one of the projects that Mandai helps or supports, and there are a bunch of very dedicated, committed people that have saved, I think, a few hundred of these specimens of this species. So if you're interested and you want to help out, you can look them up, you can donate or maybe even volunteer. Alright guys, that brings me to the end of my ranger talk, but I will still be hanging around for another 5 or 10 minutes or so. If you guys have any further questions about this bear, or if you just want me to elaborate on any of the points I already brought up, or just have any questions about the park in general, don't hesitate to approach me. If not, thanks so much for your attention. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at Rainforest. Well, thank you.